The oil fields are burning again, and the empire that rose in Season 1 is about to crumble or explode. The Landman story isn't just about power and wealth anymore. It's about survival. Season 2 doesn't just continue the fight. It makes it bigger, darker, and far more personal. And before we get into what the trailer reveals, let's look back at how Season 1 set the stage for this brutal comeback. Asterisk. Season 1 of Landman pulled viewers straight into the gritty world of Texas oil, where fortunes are made overnight and destroyed. Just as fast? At its heart, the story followed hard-working men and women who were caught between loyalty, greed, and the ruthless grip of an industry that chews people up and spits them out. What made it stand out wasn't just the high-stakes world of oil, but the very human struggles that ran underneath the betrayals, the moral compromises, and the sacrifices made to stay afloat. We saw the rise of our main character, who stepped into this dangerous arena with ambition, but soon found that nothing in this world comes without a price. The oil fields became a battlefield, not just of machines and money, but of values and trust. Families were torn apart as loyalty was tested. Friends became enemies overnight, and enemies sometimes had to become allies just to survive another day. The first season reminded us that in Landman's world, power doesn't just corrupt, consumes. One of the most unforgettable parts of Season 1 was the way it balanced personal drama with large-scale stakes. On one hand, we had the raw, intimate moments of family conflicts, arguments at the dinner table, broken promises, and the emotional toll of chasing success. On the other hand, the show delivered sweeping shots of oil rigs, explosions, and the cutthroat negotiations that determined who would rise and who would fall. This mix of personal and epic storytelling kept audiences hooked because it mirrored real life. The bigger the dream, the bigger the danger. But what truly shook fans was the season finale. It's just when it seemed like the main character might have secured a future, betrayal struck from the inside. A trusted ally revealed hidden motives, turning everything upside down in the final moments. That cliffhanger left fans with one burning question: who can be trusted when the entire empire is built on lies? The ending didn't just close a chapter. It set fire to everything we thought we knew, making Season 2 one of the most anticipated returns of 2026. Season 1 was more than just a drama. It was a warning. It showed us that every deal comes with consequences, and every choice can ripple across families and futures. It wasn't just about the oil beneath the ground, but the weight of decisions above it. And now, with Season 2 on the horizon, all those unresolved conflicts are about to erupt into something even more dangerous. Asterisk, the trailer for Landman Season 2 wastes no time setting the tone. From the very first frame, we're hit with a raw imaging. Oil rig burning against the night sky, flames twisting like a warning sign. It's not just fire for spectacle, it's a symbol. The empire we watched grow in Season 1 is literally and figuratively on fire, and everyone who plays the game is about to get burned. The trailer knows its audience. It doesn't hand us answers. It dares us to ask questions. We catch a quick glimpse of our main character, standing alone, staring at the wreckage of what looks like a drilling site. The silence in that shot says more than words ever could. Season 1 ended with betrayal, and this visual reminds us that the fallout is far from over. His face carries the weight of someone who has lost too much but is too stubborn to walk away. The trailer hints that Season 2 isn't about building something new, it's about revenge, redemption, and the dangerous road in between. The next series of flashes comes at lightning speed. A boardroom filled with men in expensive suits slamming their fists on polished wood. Heated arguments that suggest the oil wars are now political as much as industrial. Behind the scenes, power struggles are clearly going to escalate. One particular line stands out from a faceless voiceover. "You think you run this city, but the ground decides who lives and who dies." This single sentence gives us chills, because it tells us the stakes aren't just about money anymore. They're about survival in a world ruled by greed and natural forces no one can truly control. But the trailer doesn't just stay in the world of suits and deals. We're suddenly transported to the rugged fields, again, men working under dangerous conditions, machines groaning and tension thick in the air. There's a shot of a near accident with sparks flying and workers running. It's a reminder that while corporate battles happen at the top, real lives are at risk at the bottom. Season 2 seems determined to show both perspectives, making the story feel even larger, yet personal at the same time. We also get a quick introduction to some familiar faces. A returning ally, once trusted but now shrouded in suspicion, appears. In a dimly lit room, the way the camera lingers on their expression makes you wonder if loyalty is still intact, or if betrayal runs deeper than we ever imagined. Then there's the striking reappearance of a rival from Season 1, whose smirk alone screams trouble. These character teasers remind us that grudges don't die easily in the Landman universe. The trailer then takes an unexpected turn. Flashing. 2 scenes we haven't seen before, a new character entering the field, confidently walking through the chaos like they own the place. No name is given, but the presence is undeniable. Could this be the new villain? Or perhaps a wild card that no one sees coming? Their shadowy introduction is deliberate. It's meant to spark speculation and leave fans dissecting frame by frame. As the trailer builds toward its climax, we see a sequence of dramatic moments stitched together, cars racing across dusty highways. Heated confrontations in crowded bars, tearful family arguments behind closed doors, and even what looks like a funeral scene. The stakes have never felt higher. And then comes the line that defines the whole trailer, delivered in a chilling whisper: "This land doesn't forgive. It only remembers." That line alone feels like the heart of Season 2. Whatever happened in Season 1 will not be forgotten. Every choice will come back with a vengeance. Finally, the screen goes black, only to reveal one last haunting image. The main character gripping a blood-stained handkerchief, his eyes filled with rage and resolve. The trailer doesn't explain what it means, but it doesn't have to. It leaves viewers with the certainty that Season 2 will push every character to their breaking point. And that's exactly why fans can't stop talking about it. *1 of the most exciting parts of the Landman Season 2 trailer is how it teases. Fresh blood entering the already dangerous world of oil and power. While the familiar characters carry the emotional weight from Season 1, it's the newcomers who add layers of unpredictability. In shows like Landman, new characters are never just background, they're catalysts. They come with secrets, ambitions, and grudges that flip the story upside down. The trailer gives us only fragments. But those fragments are enough to fuel endless theories. There's a striking shot of a woman stepping out of a black car, heels clicking against the concrete as the camera lingers on her determined walk. She's dressed in sharp corporate style, radiating authority. We don't know her name yet, but it's clear she's here to challenge the existing power structure. Is she a wealthy investor looking to seize control? Or perhaps an old connection returning with unfinished business? The fact that the trailer doesn't show her face fully until the last second makes her introduction even more powerful. Could very well be Season 2's biggest game changer. Then there's a quick flash of a younger man, seen in the middle of a heated argument at what looks like a drilling site. His presence feels different from the suited elites. We see him with dirt on his hands, anger in his voice, and desperation in his eyes. This hints at someone who might rise from the working class side of the story, representing the men and women whose lives are directly tied to the oil fields. His character could bring a new perspective, clashing against both corporate greed and family loyalties. The trailer shows him shouting, "We bleed for this land while you count your money." That single line suggests he won't be a background character. He's here to shake the foundations of power. What's especially thrilling is the sense that not every new face is an enemy. Season 1 thrived on blurred lines, where allies could become threats, and enemies sometimes turned into reluctant partners. In Season 2, the trailer hints at unexpected alliances. A scene shows the main character sharing a tense drink with someone we've never seen before, a stranger with cold eyes and a calculating smile. There's no dialogue, only a lingering shot of glasses clinking. Its silence speaks volumes. This new figure could be an ally for now. But alliances in Landman are as fragile as glass. But perhaps the most shocking surprise comes from what looks like a family reveal. For a brief moment, we see a younger woman embracing one of the older characters from Season 1, Fans immediately began speculating online that she could be a hidden daughter, a niece, or even a long-lost relative tied to the family empire. This theory is true. Her role could completely shift the balance of power in Season 2. Family ties have always been at the core of the story, and adding a secret bloodline would intensify the drama, especially if she brings her own ambitions to the table. The trailer also teases someone who doesn't appear directly, but whose shadow looms large. There are whispered conversations about him and a brief shot of an unmarked file being passed across a desk. Fans believe this could point to a powerful figure we haven't met yet, perhaps a hidden rival or a dangerous partner from outside the oil industry. The deliberate mystery around this unseen character shows that the writers are setting up a slow-burn reveal, saving the shock for later episodes. Of course, no set of surprises is complete without the return of familiar faces with a twist. One character from Season 1 who was presumed gone after a violent confrontation briefly appears in the trailer, scarred, hardened, but very much alive. Their reintroduction is brief but explosive, as the trailer cuts away before giving any answers. Fans have already flooded forums with theories. Were they hiding in plain sight, working with the enemy, or planning revenge all along? This return is one of the biggest shocks, proving that in Landman, no story is ever truly over. The surprises don't stop with characters. The trailer hints at new locations that expand the world of Landman. We see glimpses of international meetings, luxurious skyscrapers, and even what looks like a government office. This suggests that the story isn't staying confined to Texas oil fields anymore. The industry is global, and Season 2 appears ready to show how far the ripples of one decision can spread. With these new backdrops come new players, and that means more danger, more politics, and higher stakes. In the end, the introduction of new cast members and surprises feels like the show's way of saying, no one is safe, nothing is certain, and every new arrival carries the potential to destroy everything we thought we knew. The trailer doesn't spell it all out, but it gives us just enough to know that Season 2 won't simply repeat old conflicts. It's bringing in fresh battles, hidden secrets, and shocking alliances that will keep fans on the edge of their seats week after week. Asterisk, if Season 1 of Landman was about survival, Season 2 looks like it will be about consequences. The trailer doesn't give us a full map of where the story is heading, but it lays enough breadcrumbs to hint at themes that go far beyond oil rigs and money. This time, the series seems to be exploring betrayal, revenge, the corrupting weight of power, and the brutal cost of ambition. And every frame of the trailer whispers one truth: no character will come out of this unscathed. From the fiery opening shot, it's clear that destruction is no longer just a metaphor. The burning rigs and collapsing deals we see symbolize an empire cracking under its own greed. Season 1 ended with a betrayal that left audiences gasping, and Season 2 appears ready to build its entire narrative around the ripple effects of that moment. Trust is gone, and the story will likely focus on how fractured alliances and broken families navigate the fallout. The biggest prediction here is that the season will force every character to pick a side, even when there's no safe side to stand on. One of the most prominent themes that shines through is revenge. Shots of the main character in silence, holding onto a blood-stained handkerchief, suggest that personal vendettas will drive the plot forward. But revenge in Landman has never been simple. It doesn't just punish enemies, it poisons everyone it touches. If the protagonist goes down this dark road, it could consume the very relationships they're trying to protect. Viewers may witness a tragic transformation where the pursuit of justice slowly blurs into obsession, raising the question, does vengeance ever truly end, or does it only create new cycles of violence? Another strong thread in the trailer is the theme of power at all costs. Boardroom scenes filled with shouting executives, briefcases exchanged in secrecy, and politicians shaking hands suggest that Season 2 will expand into the political arena. The oil industry won't just be a business, it will be a weapon. We may see how corporations influence laws by loyalty and silence opposition. This theme raises deeper questions about morality. When profit drives every decision, what happens to the people left in the shadows? Landman has always blurred the line between business and war. But Season 2 might strip away the mask and show just how ruthless the game truly is. Family, however, will remain the show's emotional backbone. Season 1 explored loyalty and betrayal within households, and Season 2 looks ready to test those bonds even further. The trailer's glimpse of a possible long-lost relative hints that new bloodlines may come to light, threatening to rewrite everything the characters thought they knew about their legacies. If true, this could create explosive conflict, forcing characters to question whether family is truly sacred or just another pawn in the battle for control. Family dinners could become battlefields where every word carries the weight of a weapon. We also can't ignore the theme of survival versus sacrifice. The trailer shows workers caught in accidents, people running from explosions, and whispered warnings about the land itself. The series seems ready to explore the human cost of ambition more deeply than before. While the wealthy characters fight over power, the men and women on the ground bleed, sweat, and die for it. Season 2 might shine a harsher light on this imbalance, showing how decisions made in shiny skyscrapers ripple out to destroy lives in the fields. The moral tension will be whether characters in power recognize that cost, or ignore it until it destroys them. There's also the sense of the land as a character itself. That haunting trailer line, "This land doesn't forgive, it only remembers," suggests that Season 2 will treat the environment not just as a backdrop, but as an active force in the story. Fires, storms, and the constant threat of collapse remind us that while humans fight each other, nature has the final say. This theme could symbolize karma, the idea that the earth itself remembers every drop of greed spilled upon it, and sooner or later, it demands payment. Finally, Season 2 seems to be setting up a moral question that every great drama thrives on. What is the price of ambition? Every character in the trailer looks haunted, as though their choices from Season 1 are dragging them down. The trailer shows glimpses of funerals, confrontations, and tears, all signs that the season won't shy away from tragedy. Some characters may rise, but others will almost certainly fall. The heart of the story will be whether ambition builds empires or destroys them from the inside out. So while fans are buzzing about who the new villain might be, or which alliances will break first, the deeper truth of Season 2 is clear. Not just about who controls the oil, it's about who survives the storm of lies, betrayal, and greed that comes with it. Every theme points toward a darker, more intense season where every decision is a gamble and the cost of losing is everything.